Hey, hello, everybody, and welcome back. So today what I want to discuss with you is getting into the spirit of a thing. So this actually comes directly from some reading I was doing, or am doing, with... All right, hello, everybody, and welcome back. So today what I want to discuss with you is getting into the spirit of a thing. So this actually comes directly from some reading I was doing, or am doing, with Thomas Troward. And Troward, I'll show you his book. I have a lot of favorite books, by the way, so when I say this is my favorite book, at that very moment, I mean, literally right now I'm reading about, 6 or 7 different books every day, pretty much, a little bit here, a little bit there. And I've shown you this before, but Thomas Troward, an absolute incredible intellect. At the turn of the century, the 1900 into the 1900s, incredible intellect. In this book, this is a compilation also. He has The Hidden Power, which is one of his first books, and then The Creative Process in the Individual, The Law of the World, and then these 2 bottom ones, the Edinburgh Lectures and the Door Lectures, are also in here too. So this is coming out of his book, The Hidden Power. And what he's talking about here is entering into the spirit of it. See if you can grasp in your own life when you have times where you feel like you're excited, you feel enthusiastic, you're really enjoying what you're doing. That's being in the spirit of whatever it is you're doing. Right? It's all those wonderful feelings. You really feel like, yeah, this makes me feel alive. Now, it's actually you that's the life, you're giving yourself to the experience. However, read or hear this. A spiritless undertaking is sure to be a failure. You've had plenty of times in your life when you're doing something, but you're just, as they say, you're not into it. And when you're not into something, you're not in the spirit of it. You're the spirit of enjoyment, the spirit of enthusiasm. Eckhart Tolle, and I believe it's in The Power now, it could be in The New Earth, reminds us that enthusiasm means in theos, in God. So when you're enthusiastic about something, you're in your true nature, in God. You're expressing yourself as your true nature, and you're very enthusiastic. And when you're enthusiastic about something, you can do it for hours, right? You have plenty of energy. You don't have to eat. You don't have to sleep. You just want to keep doing it. That's the power of being in the spirit of a thing. He goes on to say, if we do not enter the spirit of a thing, it has no invigorating effect upon us, and we regard it as dull, insipid, and worthless. Let us be right as to the spirit of a thing, and everything else will successfully follow. So again, here he's talking about being in the spirit of a thing, yes, of an action or an experience, etc. In fact, you are the spirit that is giving itself to the experience or the thing, etc. Now, this is really the big one that's going to bring that home to you. And actually, this was brought to my attention, all of this was brought to my attention by my mentor, Bob Proctor. And in one of his mentoring videos, he actually read this, and he reads it to us. And he says, Troward says, to enter into the spirit of anything, then, is to make yourself one in thought with the creative principle that is at the center of it. And therefore, why not go to the center of all things at once? Enter into the spirit of life. Do you ask where to find it? In yourself. And in proportion as you find it there, you will find it everywhere else. Look at life as the one thing that is, whether in you or around you. Try to realize this livingness of it. and then seek to enter into the spirit of it by affirming it to be the whole of what you are. My goodness, folks. He's telling us that what we are is the spirit of all things. He says to enter into the spirit of something. Why not enter into the spirit of all things? How do you do that? By entering into the spirit of life. And where do you find the spirit of life? You find it within yourself. And the more you find it within yourself, the more you will find it everywhere else, or experiencing it in everything in life. Well, what he's actually talking about, believe it or not, is what we would call spiritually as awakening, enlightenment, self-realization. The spirit that he's talking about is what we say is the self, the true nature, your true self, your true beingness, your essential nature in Buddhism. And so to enter into the spirit of anything, therefore, is to enter into the spirit of your own true essential nature, what you actually are. So very briefly, and if you don't get this right away, it's okay. We can talk about it more. You can send me a private message if you want. You as your divine nature, which you can only be, you cannot not be what you actually are. How could you be something that you're not? You're it. You can't. You may not know you're it, and that's the challenge, but that doesn't mean that you're not it. It's basically, in a sense, like amnesia. We say you have forgotten yourself. But it doesn't mean that you're not yourself. It just means you don't remember who you are, in a sense. That getting into the spirit of a thing, getting into the spirit of your own nature, finding it within yourself, is, you ready for this? This is going to be big. It is the feeling of existing. You know you exist. We say you know you are. You can't deny it. Doesn't matter if you're religious or not. Doesn't matter if you're spiritual or not. You could be an atheist. Even an atheist has to be able to admit, I don't believe in anything, but I know I'm here. I know I exist. There's something here that's thinking and talking and breathing and moving this body. So the sense you can actually awaken to the spirit within your divine nature through your own sense of existence in Advaita Vedanta and in many other, even in Buddhism. And truly, actually, in Christianity and in almost every religion, we say, I am. The I am. The sense I am is the sense of existing. We've just given it two words to proclaim it. I am. If that's all, if you just feel that you are, that I am, that means I exist, and you focus on that, feeling it, not thinking about it, just feeling it, you are getting into the spirit of your creative, pure center. Your center, your heart. So, a reminder also, again, June 28th, which is roughly, it's in 3 weeks, we're going to be doing a new launch on success. And I want you all to come along. It's going to be a beautiful ride. 5 days of lessons, and then I got 2 bonus days for you. Each lesson is only 30 minutes. We're going to be doing it live in Zoom and then posting it to a private Facebook account, which I'll give you the link to. And I'll also give you another link to sign up and save your seat for it. Yeah. So that's all you got to do is want something deeply in your life. And as my mentor, Bob Proctor, says, tell me what you want and I'll show you how to get it. It's pretty neat. Thanks so much, guys, for listening.